Three for the Money is brought to you by the Trend Center app. This is the best tool for sports betting research. Okay. On the Trend Center app, you can test betting systems from the past 20 years, explore thousands of existing trends and systems from the top betting experts, choose from hundreds of filters to test different systems for each sport, save these trends, and get notified when these systems have games. Download the app for free using the link in our description and get a free 2-week premium trial using the code TFTM. The normal free trial is 3 days. Kind of a big deal. Upgrade your sports betting research today. Okay, let's get into the show. Okay. Here, back, Street for the Money. New episodes every Thursday, and it is the AFC and NFC Championship weekend. There are only 3 football games left in the season. Unfortunate. But you know what is fortunate? Me going 4-1 last weekend on the NFL. I am super white lava hot. The streak continues. Not very hot in anything else but the NFL, and that's okay. All right. Yeah, just would have been 5-0, but brutal, devastating loss by the Buffalo Bills. Absolutely devastated. But before we get into that, how are we doing today, Christopher?
I mean, today I'm fine. Last weekend was brutal. I went 1-4 in NFL, and Sunday was one of the worst gambling days of my career. I think I went 0-7, 0-8 maybe.
Ugh.
It was just with college basketball and the NFL, it was disgusting. And then the Bills losing like they did. It was I was so mad on Sunday. I was just so everything I did was the worst. It was so bad. But you know what? It's a new day. So
What are you going to do? Stop?
no. So I mean, gotta finish the season strong. There's 3 games left, so like let's just win every bet for the rest of the season. That
Yes.
sounds pretty smart to me.
That sounds like the smartest thing you could ever do for this football season. Sean, are you ready?
I am, yeah.
All right. How
Um,
how are you?
uh, Pretty all right. I went 3-3. Not counting the drunk live bets that I had on the Chiefs Bills game.
Nobody
I
counts
think,
those.
yeah, no,
What
nobody counts
wait,
those.
Those don't
did they
really count.
win? Did they win?
No,
Then nobody
no,
counts those.
yeah. I wasn't gonna count them anyways because we didn't give them out. But yeah, I had I think I took the Bills money line at like plus 120 at halftime, maybe. I don't remember when. And then one of our boys, Bobby, was like, overtime is plus 550. And I was like, yeah, yeah. Let's
Oh,
do that. And
sick.
yeah, that Tyler Ass is dead to me. He has to be dead to me. He has missed 3 field goals this postseason in 2 games. I mean, I don't know if the lights were too bright on him or what, but Jesus Christ. I mean, luckily he didn't need he didn't need a field goal to win or tie the Steelers game, so that's one thing going for him. But overall, like, out of my bet, I think we deserved overtime.
Yes,
We deserved it.
we were brutally
And
robbed.
yeah, and like, who knows how that game would have ended up if it had gone to overtime. I'm sure the Chiefs would have found some way to win, but I we deserved it. We really did. But before we get into like this week's picks, I want to ask you guys a question. And have you seen the Super Bowl logo color conspiracy?
Oh
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Um, what do you guys think about it?
it's a
And
hoax.
is it going to affect your picks this
No,
weekend?
No.
no, it
Okay.
doesn't.
Okay.
Also, like, I mean, I've seen that all, like, not all season, but I started
Hmm.
seeing it towards the start of the playoffs,
Yeah.
and it was like, oh, 49ers, Ravens. It's like, yeah, you could say that's like the color thing. You could also say it's because they're both far and away the two best teams in the league.
Yeah.
Or maybe
I
not
mean,
far and away, but they are the two best. They are the both the one seeds in their conference. So
yeah. I mean, I think it's more of a coincidence than anything.
mhm.
I mean, who knows how these logos are made, why they choose these colors, but yeah, I think it's more of a just yeah, it just happened like twice in a row.
It
So
was a fun thing to see, like, earlier in the season. Like I said before the playoffs, I was like, "Oh, yeah, ha, that's fun, like, let's have a good laugh on the internet." But now, like, people are actually starting to, like, put stock in it, like, "Oh, the NFL's scripted and shit." It's like, well, the NFL, like, is probably a little rigged, like every sport, but come on. Like, that's not
Yeah, they wouldn't drop
like,
hints like that.
yeah,
I
that's
mean, I mean, if it is, if it is rigged and they want you to think that the Ravens are playing the 49ers in the Super Bowl. They could have done this like the past 2 years, and how big sports betting has gotten over these last 2 years. What if they just threw a little switcheroo? They just threw a wrench in
yeah.
the, just like was just like, fuck you, like,
Yeah, it was probably
like yeah,
someone
you're
at the NFL that was like, "Hey, this, this is a pattern." Little do they know, patterns come in threes. One is a coincidence, two is a fluke, three is a pattern. That's my golden rule of betting. But anyway,
I I wanna know if the color scheme was chosen. I mean, it definitely was. B So it was chosen before Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift became a thing. I mean, if we're gonna go NFL rigged, we're it's gonna be NFL rigged towards that.
yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah,
for
exactly.
sure.
But I just wanted to hear y'all's 2 cents on it because I think it's a crock of shit. I
Yeah,
mean, it's I don't believe, and it's certainly not going to sway me one way or the other. Like, oh, I have to take the Ravens. Oh, I have to take the 49ers. It's like, I
no,
might take them like for not that reason,
yeah,
but
you can
we'll
do
get
that.
into the picks, I guess, and find out.
Yeah, there's only one
Great
way to do
segue.
that. Let's get into these games. There's two games this weekend, obviously, both on Sunday. AFC Championship game, Chiefs at the Ravens in Baltimore. Ravens favored by 3.5. These lines today I got on MGM. Uh, okay, Chris, do you want to go first?
Sure. Um, I'm taking the Chiefs plus 3.5. Um, I I feel like this season a lot. I've tried to get cute and bet against Patrick Mahomes, and I think all but one or two times it has burned me and burned me pretty bad. So I mean, I'm done fighting him. He's the best. So I'm gonna, especially as a dog. So I'm gonna keep riding him. Uh, I think the Ravens are a much better team, but I mean, how do you at this point, how do you not bet against, or how do you not bet on Patrick Mahomes, especially with a plus sign next to him? So I mean, I'm going Chiefs plus 3.5. That's just me. So I'm definitely not buying into the conspiracy theory. So yeah, it's Chiefs for me. I might sprinkle money line. We'll see. But as of right now, it's plus 3.5. So Sean, what are you taking?
I've got 3 plays in this game.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'll do one and then I'll go to Will because I feel like I'm gonna talk for a long time. But first up, I've got the over at 45.5. I know these defenses are good, but I mean the Ravens are just absolutely killing it on the ground and in the air. And you know, the Chiefs are the Chiefs. And they're getting hot at the right time, 4-0. You know, they're putting up points and staying in games. And I think this could be a shootout. So, with that said, Will, what do you got?
So I also have the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is inevitable. Um, of course, as soon as I say this, they're gonna put in Kadarius Toney, and they're just gonna make an awful, awful play, and it's gonna bite me in the ass. But you know what? I am spiritually, I will be with the Ravens. I believe I saw a TikTok today of this guy parroting the old old other TikTok that was this dude in his truck just saying, "Save me, Donald Trump. Please come save me. Come save me, Donald Trump, please." But instead, he said, "Lamar Jackson, please, please save us, Lamar, please, please." I have seen a absurd amount of TikToks just asking Lamar Jackson to please, please help us. Please defeat the Chiefs. Defeat Patrick Mahomes. Please. That being said, I'm going to take Chiefs plus 3.5 here
I love it.
because everyone's going to be on the Ravens because no one wants to see the Chiefs win. It's just I mean they could still keep this game close. Three is I mean a plus 3.5 for Patrick Mahomes. It's just like why wouldn't I take this? And if it loses, great. Awesome. I'm happy for the sake of football. Um but yes, Chiefs plus 3.5. Sean, what are the other 2 plays?
Well, it is Chiefs plus 3.5 and the money line. I'm going money line here. There's there's a lot of doubt surrounding Lamar in the postseason. And unfortunately, I think this is where it is. I will not emotionally be for either team. I hate the Ravens. I cannot emotionally be there for them. As much as I want Patrick Mahomes to lose, as a Titans fan, I cannot be emotionally attached to the Baltimore Ravens winning this game. Now, that doesn't mean that I can't make money off of it. So, Chiefs plus 3 and money line. And you know what? This is what the NFL, I'm just going to say it. This is what the NFL wants.
Yes, they want Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl.
They want Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl. This is what they want. And you know, I'm not officially saying the fix is in, but
I mean,
I think we'll get into that a little bit later in the show. So, I do think the Ravens are the superior team, but you can't beat this Patrick Mahomes postseason record of 13-3, losing once in the Super Bowl and twice in the AFC Championship against Tom Brady and Joe Burrow. It's
Like,
Chiefs. It's the Chiefs.
it's
the
always
Chiefs
the
all day.
Chiefs.
It's always the Chiefs. So
Chris,
yeah, I
you
mean,
raised your hand.
Yeah. Have y'all seen the thing about the ref?
No.
oh, don't mention that.
Okay.
I'm getting into. I'll get into it.
Okay. Okay.
I'll get
Little
into it.
tease then.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
I got it. Yeah,
That's why I wanted to make sure. I thought that's what you were getting at, but I wanted to make sure before I started.
yeah.
I
Well,
started going in.
we'll get into it at the end
Yeah. Okay.
ish.
Okay. That's the AFC Championship game. Now we'll go into the NFC Championship game. The Lions are playing the San Francisco 49ers in San Francisco. They're favored by 7. This Lions team seems like the team of destiny. They just seem filled with grit and just don't give a shit about anyone. No regard for human safety, almost. And the Niners almost lost against the Packers. Yes, I think just fully looking at this game from a blind eye, either one of these teams can easily poop their pants in this game. This is this is a classic Kyle Shanahan poops his pants game. And this is also like I mean, the Lions haven't been here since 91. This is insane. This
I don't think
is
92.
have they ever
Yeah,
they
they've
went to
made
the
it.
NFC Championship. Okay.
Yeah,
yes.
92.
Yeah. Um so this is unprecedented for them. But the only thing that is precedented is them shitting their pants. So I am going to take the Lions +7 here. I think they can win this game. Not only cover, but also win. I don't buy the Niners at all. The whole offseason is just going to be, is Purdy the guy? Can Purdy do it? Why don't they have more of a team in San Francisco? Why? What is the problem? And I think that the Lions are going to win this game, go to the Super Bowl, and lose to whoever wins in the AFC Championship, because that's
Chiefs.
just how the Lions roll.
You mean the
Yeah.
Chiefs?
Yes, the Chiefs. I mean, the Ravens can win, but I think they
Ooh,
can win.
yo, Chiefs Lions Super Bowl Week 1 rematch.
Wild. First
Crazy.
game and last game.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
It's scripted. It's scripted. It's written in stone. It's written in stone.
It's right there in front of our fat faces.
Yeah. And you know what? You know what? The Super Bowl logo, it's mostly purple with like a little bit of red on top. Blue and red make purple with the Chiefs as the victor. I don't know. There might be some truth to that.
Yes, red plus blue equals purple. Known fact. Okay, Sean, what do you think about this game?
I'm with you. Lions +7. I mean, the Niners nearly snuck by the Packers if the Packers had a decent kicker, which seemed to be the fall of both of those, of the Bills and the Packers. I don't know. The Lions got things moving with the Bucks. I think they were up by, what was it? They were up by 14, 31-17 at one point.
Yeah, in the fourth
And
quarter.
then and then they ended up holding them to 8, which sucked for you, Chris.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
That's the way the day went.
But yeah, I'm gonna lean Lions +7 here. I mean, this is a new era for Lions fans, and it's a little more familiar for Lions fans, like from 1992. So I mean, so like half their age, I guess. I mean, but whatever. But the Lions, they have Jared Goff. He's a veteran quarterback who's been here before, and he's advanced beyond the NFC Championship. So I do have another play here, but I'm gonna throw it to Chris.
All right. Well, I have written down here leaning Lions +7. I'm no longer leaning. I am taking the Lions +7. You guys, I just needed a little bit to convince me, and you guys did a great job.
We did that last week with the Bills, and you should have taken Chiefs.
That was more emotional. I really do think the Lions can win. We did get a glimpse of the Shanahan shitting down his leg in the playoffs moment at the end of that
Yes.
first half,
Yeah,
where it
you
was
got
like
lucky.
he had no idea what he was doing.
Mhm.
And I can't lay 7 with a guy who just always shits the bed in the playoffs. I just can't. And I mean, the Lions, I know they're away from home, but the Lions are freaking good, man. Like, these guys are, I mean, obviously NFC Championship, they're good. And I was thinking about this earlier. Do the Lions, at least on offense, kind of feel like a 49ers light? Like, I feel like they kind of have the same, like Montgomery and Gibbs combined are kind of like a 99-cent Christian McCaffrey. And
Two
Amon Ross,
players combined equals one Christian McCaffrey.
well, I mean, yeah, he's the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah.
But and then
Yeah.
like they got Amon Ross St. Brown is like their Ayuk. Honestly, I think he's better than Ayuk, but that's just me. And then Laporta is their Kittle. And you can honestly say like Gibbs is kind of like like kind of like Debo, just able to catch out of the backfield. So I think they match up pretty well. I know people are saying that San Francisco can probably expose that secondary, but I don't know. I mean that Lions pass rush came to play last week, and I think they can get to Purdy. I think they can rattle him because he's not like cool and calm under pressure. So yeah, I'm taking Lions +7, and I have another play. I'll just get into it now, real quick. I'm taking the under 51. I got the good folks over at Trend Center for this one. Since 2021, unders of 50 or more are 31, or the under is 31 and 14, 9 and 1 in the last 10. So give me under 51. And I also think Shanahan, like we said, he's going to be conservative, especially if this game gets tight, because that's just what he does. So that means not a lot of scoring. So Lions +7 and the under. Sean, it seems like you agree with me.
I do. I also have the under. I have
Let's
the
go.
exact same stat written down. There are actually 4 trends that match this pick of under 51. That was the one that stuck out to me. But if you want to see the other 3, you can use our code TFTM on Trend Center, get a 2-week free trial. And yeah, I mean, especially like considering the Lions being outdoors here, I I'm not obviously not going to take their team total over because they're not playing inside. So that means you lean under here. But hopefully they will be playing inside in Las Vegas. Lions +7 and under 51. Let's go.
Ooh, inside at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's wild. I didn't put that together. I didn't even know where the Super Bowl was.
Vegas.
But there we go.
Inside.
Inside. Yeah.
I don't think we'll ever see another outdoor Super Bowl, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why it's. I mean, it was fine like a couple years ago, when MetLife like hosted it, but like it's called the Super Bowl. Like it's supposed to be like in a dome. Like it's supposed to be inside. And also
Remember
all
when?
these.
Okay.
Sorry, it's
No.
Well, like all these, all these Super Bowls are being hosted in these new stadiums, which are all domes. They're all inside. So yeah, you're probably right. We're never going to see another outdoor Super Bowl. The one in Miami.
Remember
Yeah,
Tampa
think-
hosted it in 2020?
yeah,
That was weird. Why did they host that? Well, I guess it
Yeah.
kind of had to be because it had to be outside because of COVID.
that's
Yeah, that
true.
I don't
makes
know
sense.
if that's why it was there,
Is that
but I don't
Well,
get why they would schedule
Miami
it.
hosted it in 21, right? Did they also have to be outside for that too?
I don't know.
Okay. I don't remember.
That could just be because like Miami, like
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Miami.
that stadium's so old.
No, I was just
It's
talking about like the city.
Ugh. Yeah, I mean,
that stadium
Yeah.
sucks ass, but
yeah.
I think a big factor is the weather. I think they don't want, like, it can be in a cold place as long as they have a dome. Like, I think they've
yeah,
had the Super Bowl in like where like Minnesota plays, but like that's a dome.
yeah.
So like doesn't really matter about like the elements. I think they want to take out the element of the elements.
Yeah,
Oh.
the Buffalo Bills will never host a Super Bowl. Ever.
Yeah.
Damn shame.
Because it's February, it's gonna be fucking freezing.
I mean, I think they got like 2 feet of snow in like this weekend or something.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
nuts.
But I'm okay with that because I never want to see the Bills play a home game inside. That's not right.
No, I mean,
It's not right. They need to play. That's a Brave the Elements team, Brave the Elements city. So they need to play inside or outside.
yeah. I mean, their new stadium is, open air. It's outside.
Damn straight. So they're good until like 2040.
At least.
Yeah.
At least.
At least.
You can't be asking for new stadiums every, 15 years, but
They do it.
they do it. Yep.
And they get it. Okay. Y'all want to do some surefire picks?
I sure do.
All right. Let's get to the surefire double unit plays of the week. Chris, what is it?
Phenomenal lead in, Will.
You looked like a kid that was like sneaking something out of his backpack in middle school or something. Like
I was
like,
just
what?
reaching. I dropped my pen, so I was reaching down to get it. I didn't know Will was going to call on me. He's like, "What is it?" I guess I'll tell you what it is.
Share
It's
with the
Chiefs
class.
It's Chiefs plus 3.5. I'm like I said, never going against Mahomes again for now at least. I reserve the right to change my mind, but I know we teased the ref, but I have a couple other stats from Trend Center to back me up on this one. The Chiefs are 13-1-1 against the spread in their last or since 2016 as a road dog. 16 as a road dog. And they are 9-0-1 in their last 10. With Patrick Mahomes, they are 8-0-1 against the spread as a road dog. I can't bet against Mahomes. I can't bet against that. So it's Chiefs plus 3.5 all day. So do we want to take a break or?
Yeah.
Or just the other thing came up. So.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my surefire play. Sean, what are you taking?
I also had the Chiefs plus 3.5. I guess I could go money line to be different than you. But I wrote down all those Trend Center stats that you mentioned, which is hilarious. But I think it just proves that how confident we are in the Chiefs, honestly. And just like if you bet on the Ravens, you're a fool, and you probably believe in this color coordinated Super Bowl logo nonsense. But we are gonna get into the ref. Are y'all ready for this? Will, have
Yes.
you heard about this?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. So there is a referee named Sean Smith, spelled SHAWN, not like me. And he was recruited to be the AFC Championship referee yesterday. Out of I think there were like 8 other referees that were like eligible, because referees that refed the divisional round cannot ref the championship round. Like there's like certain like breaks they have to take and stuff like that. But out of the 8 referees, this man was handpicked to ref this game. and he does not like home teams. In fact, I would say he hates them. He hates home teams. Home teams have won only 40% of the games reffed by Sean Smith in the last 3 years. That is the lowest win rate for any referee in the NFL. The average win rate for a home team is 55.5%. Under Smith, home teams are 17, 29, and 3 against the spread. And, oh, I'm sorry. No, that's straight up. So they are 17, 29, and 3 straight up. And they are averaging a 30% rate against the spread. That is insane. This is a huge blow to the Ravens. I would be shaking in my boots if I was a Ravens fan right now, honestly. I mean, go ahead.
Well, I said did you see the part about how he calls, like, I mean, this goes obviously in with what you said, but like the percentages of penalties he calls?
Yes,
on home
and
teams?
he loves to call like false starts and roughing the passer penalties, which are, they're pretty judgmental calls. So they're basically just like if he sees it fit to call them, but he calls them more than any other referee in the league. And if you don't go Chiefs here to go to the Super Bowl and that didn't convince you, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I think you're just kind of losing out. I think this is kind of a, bet the farm on the Chiefs kind of bet responsibly, of course. But I mean, the fix, it might be in. It might
It's
be in
low
fact
key in.
it might be in fact in. So
I mean, they had to call in a ringer to get the if they win if the Chiefs win this game, I'll never be more convinced.
oh yeah.
Like this is blatant.
It's what they want. And like if the Chiefs like blow them out, if it's like 40-10 or something, I'll be like, okay. But if it's a close game, I'm gonna be like, I don't know. Like you said, Will, it's low key. It's low key in. So
on the lowest of keys.
yeah. And I'm sorry, I misspoke earlier when I said when I gave that record, it was against the spread and not straight up. So against the spread, home teams are 17, 29, and 3. That's insane.
It's not good.
No.
I mean, the NFL wants Travis and Taylor kissing in the confetti. That's
I mean,
that's what and I don't blame them. Moneymaker.
Yeah, I don't blame it either, but I really don't want it. But
I don't either. I really don't want it.
Yeah.
That's just.
But if
what's gonna happen.
if it is in fact the Chiefs and whoever the hell from the NFC, I am all in on the NFC. All in.
Oh, I'll want whoever is in the NFC to win, but they won't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. Okay, well, what is your surefire pick?
Oh yeah,
my surefire pick is the Lions +7.
Okay.
I think they can win this game outright. They are playing a different brand of ball. Like it's almost like I see the 49ers and it's like these guys are a bunch of fucking cake eaters. That's what I think. I look at the 49ers, I'm like, these guys eat fucking cake.
They eat ass?
No. Like they're rich, they're soft. They're softer than Charmin.
literal cake.
Oh, literal cake.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like silver spoon. That's the vibe I get. Maybe it's just because they are a super team, but They don't play the same brand of football as the Lions, and I hate to drink the Lions Kool-Aid because it's never worked for anyone ever. But they're gritty, dude. They can win close games. They don't need to close out like these close games because they can win these close games. Doesn't matter how many you beat them by. They ask you, how did you beat them? Not how many, or wait, not how,
No.
but how many. That's it. And that's how the Lions can win this game. I'm not going to take money line, but I'll
I mean,
take
you gotta sprinkle it after that.
yeah, I'll sprinkle it. I'll
Okay.
definitely sprinkle it. I'll throw a half.
I'll
I'll throw a
I'll
half a
join you.
uni on it.
I'll join you.
Yeah.
You know what? We're all on the Lions. We're all on the Chiefs. Let's just sprinkle.
We all pretty much have the same card.
Yeah, we do.
I think we
And
actually not
it's
pretty much
great.
the
I
exact
can
same.
I can actually watch the game with Will this week without.
I
we
don't
were
gloat
watching
or
that.
nothing. I mean,
Will, when we were watching that Ravens Texans game, I had the Texans, you had the Ravens. They went up by 14, and you went. And I was like,
yeah. And
okay.
then I sat down.
And after I told you, I was like, okay, like, chill out. Like, I still have a dog in this fight.
Well, we started to pull away. I was like, okay, here we go.
And that's when I got sad. And you air punched
the air.
That's great.
I'm also taking the over in the Chiefs game because fuck it, we have only 3 football games left. Yeah, that's it. Like Lions plus 7. You're gonna give me 7 points for the Lions? I'll take that. I'll take that any day. I'll take
Damn
that all
straight.
day.
Damn straight.
Well, that's it. What else do we want to talk about? I mean, I think we have like 20 minutes or whatever. Fucking the Chargers are going to sign Harbaugh
Yeah.
5
to a
years.
5-year deal, which
I mean, that it makes
like
sense.
a lot.
It makes
It
sense.
does
though.
make sense.
Not really
I
shocked.
mean, he's quarterback there for a while.
Yeah.
He's probably, running away from NCAA charges, and he was, I don't know, he's just,
Pulling the old Pete Carroll.
yeah.
What did Pete Carroll do?
He got the hell out of USC when all those sanctions, like when Reggie Bush got his Heisman taken away from him and all that, he dipped and went to Seattle, like in that off season.
And he won a Super Bowl later.
Yeah, so it worked out.
Yeah.
Why did Reggie Bush have his Heisman take away?
I mean, it sounds dumb as hell now, but back then he got his either his or his mom's apartment paid for by like a booster or the school, and then he got something else. But yeah, and then they had a bunch of other, not a bunch, but a few other like paying player scandals, and yeah, so that came down, and Pete Carroll dipped and went back to the NFL.
So did they take it away or did they try to take it away?
No, they took it.
Yeah, he doesn't really have it.
He doesn't. Like he doesn't have a Heisman Trophy.
That's kind of depressing.
Yeah, it's stupid, especially after that picture Caleb Williams posted in his like L.A. penthouse, and then Reggie Bush got his Heisman taken away from him because like his mom's apartment got paid for. Is bullshit. But
Yeah.
the NCAA is a borderline terrorist organization, so I expect nothing less.
I saw a tweet or someone like quoted like that picture of Caleb Williams in his penthouse, and he was just like, "Man, all this to really move to Richmond, Virginia." Like, and I was
I
like,
mean,
that's good.
Yeah. y'all surprised that Mike Vrabel has not been hired by anybody? As far as I know, he's only taken an interview with the Chargers, who that coaching position, as we just discussed, is now taken.
I saw he took
He's
one with the Falcons too,
He
but
took
that's
one of the
not happening,
Falcons. Yeah,
obviously.
that's not happening.
Well, I would say obviously it's not done yet, but looks like what Belichick's going there.
Yeah.
he I think I heard that he's either interviewing today or interviewing soon with the Panthers. And like,
Ugh,
why would anyone want to take that job?
God bless him. Now, I mean, let alone that team is just a dumpster fire. That
Yeah.
owner is batshit crazy. Like they would not get along whatsoever. It was like when people were talking about Belichick going to the Cowboys. It was like, no, they're both like just as
Yeah.
stubborn as people can be. So
So
that's not gonna work. So
that's
it's kind
another
of the same thing.
rock in a hard place
Yeah. I
situation.
mean, I wouldn't want that job because of that owner just being an insane person throwing vodka sodas at Jags fans. So I couldn't imagine working for that son of a bitch.
Yeah. But wouldn't it be funny just to be a fly on the wall if them two were just going at it on the daily?
I mean, it would be
Maybe they would
hilarious.
fight each other with
I
their
think they would
fists.
fist fight, and I think Rabel might murder him.
Yeah.
But I don't know
Yeah.
who's going to take that job.
Yeah. I think to Sean's question, yes and no. Um, I think I think the Titans were like the first team to announce that we got a new head coach. Am I wrong? I know that teams after they lost in the playoffs were like, we're not firing Mike McCarthy. We're not firing
Yeah, I think
Nick
of
Sirianni.
teams that fired their coach. I think the Titans were the first. Yes, I believe.
Yeah. I don't think
I
anyone
mean,
else aside from the Chargers today have announced.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right.
you know what? I mean, like some of the coaching candidates that are left are, in fact, in
That's
these conference championships.
that's very
Yeah,
true.
that's also true.
If you're Ben Johnson and you end
I
up going
wonder.
to the Super Bowl, you're not taking interviews till like middle end of February.
Yeah, because you're gonna
And
be
and
if
then
if you win, you're gonna be partying.
you got the combine in March, and then you're already like a month behind. So
Yeah,
it's kind of just like if these teams that haven't hired a head coach and they're just kind of waiting for things to pan out, I think that's kind of a bad move. It's you want to get as far ahead in the game as you can, which I think is why the Titans hired Callahan when they did. You know,
I
it's a new guy, so
my speculation on that. I think I mean, everyone wants Ben Johnson, but I think they really wanted him. But Johnson took 5 interviews of the 6 jobs that were like pursuing him the week leading up to the last playoff game, and the Titans were the only one he didn't have a second interview with. So I think they were like, you know what, he's probably not coming here. So let's
yeah.
go for. And I think Callahan's I think he's solid. I'm not particularly excited, but I would have only been really excited for Johnson. So, but I
I
mean, not excited, not bummed. Let's win, I guess.
I'm glad he's an offensive guy.
Yeah, if we got a defensive guy, I was like, well, what the hell was the point?
Yeah. It seems that he has a pretty good track record with working with QBs. So
Yeah,
he's a great track record.
yeah,
I mean,
he got a stud there, and then he worked with Stafford too, I think, in Detroit.
Stafford and Peyton.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was with the Broncos when Peyton was there.
He was
let's
And
the
go.
QB coach, wasn't
he was
Yes.
the
He was like an
QB.
assistant coach.
Yeah,
he? Or some
I
sort of
know.
offensive
I
assistant.
know when he
QB.
was with the Broncos, he moved up like quite a bit.
Yeah,
But
because Gase was that OC, and everyone was like, "Oh, Adam Gase, the quarterback whisperer." He had Peyton Manning, so he must be able to do this with anyone. And then turned out to be the worst head coach of all time. Well, until Urban Meyer took that throne, but
Yeah. I don't think, Harbaugh is going to be like Urban Meyer. I mean, he's coached
no.
the NFL before, so
I mean, he's gone to a Super Bowl.
yeah, his lights went out though, so
Rigged. The NFL rigged again. But no, I think they'll be fine. I mean, that's the Chargers are also just cursed as a franchise. Just looking at how many times they've come up so short, like so close. Especially with the Chiefs in that division. I don't know. I think they'll win. They'll be better, but I don't think they're going to win like a Super Bowl or anything.
Yeah, with like that division, it's Andy Reid, Sean Payton, Jim Harbaugh, and
Antonio
Pierce, baby.
Actually, I think the Raiders announced.
Yeah, I guess they were,
but they didn't.
Again, like
they didn't really
had
fire anybody. Yeah, they had him.
So yeah, I get of the teams that started completely fresh. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like just looking at those head coaches, like they're going to beat the shit out of each other, but I think Antonio Pierce will actually physically beat the shit out of someone.
Antonio Pierce and Jim Harbaugh in a fight would be awesome.
That'd be crazy.
Give me Antonio Pierce all day.
Oh, no doubt. But
No
Jim Harbaugh is batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's got
He'd probably bring a weapon.
He'll probably pull a lead pipe out of his sock or something. But
like you would
he's always prepared.
You would have to murder him to beat him.
He's relentless.
Yes, he's insane.
Yep.
Speaking of cursed franchises, as you mentioned, Chris, are the Buffalo Bills now the most cursed franchise in the NFL? I thought about this like when obviously the Lions had already advanced, but when they missed that kick, I was like, they're just doomed. They know nothing but pain. They went to 4 Super Bowls in a row, lost all 4. Can't, they're in the AFC with Patrick Mahomes, and like you can't beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. It's just, I think they're the most cursed franchise now. I think they've taken the mantle from the Lions.
Yeah, I mean, the football gods just toy with them. They just get them almost as possible and just yank it away from them every time. It's brutal. That's awful. I feel very like they've been consistently good, at least for the last few years. They've been good, and they have nothing to show for it. I feel like not even a Super Bowl appearance.
No, they have absolutely nothing to show for it.
So and then to go 4 in a row, like you said, I mean that's way back in the day, but still 4 in a row and lose all 4. That's
it's
awful.
It's way back in the day, but it's still part of their franchise.
Oh no, it definitely is. Yeah.
It's part of their history, and like the Lions haven't been good for a very, very, very long time.
Yeah.
But they show more promise than the Bills right now. I mean, they can get to a conference championship at least.
Yes.
Sometimes I think about like those Bills 4 Super Bowls. Do you know how fucking hard it is to go to 4 Super Bowls in a row?
That's harder than like winning one.
Insane.
Yeah. I think I would agree with that.
Lost all 4.
Yeah. I mean,
There's
two of them were to the prime Cowboys.
One was to the Giants, I believe.
Yeah, it's like
I don't know. It's way before our time, obviously.
Yeah, I know 2 of them were against the Cowboys, but
I'm pretty sure one was to the Giants.
I think there's more. I think I heard that there's more Hall of Famers on those 4 Buffalo Bills teams than like all of the Hall of Famers on the teams that beat them combined, which is
That's
crazy.
brutal. Yeah, they lost to the Giants in order: Giants, Redskins, Cowboys, Cowboys.
So the NFC East is really just the their
Just
bane of their
well,
existence.
now it's
Murderers Row.
it was them, and now it's Patrick Mahomes. They got two boogeymen.
God, they can't. Yeah, it sucks to just have one, but now you got two. Like,
Oh.
that blows. God,
Speaking of the team who was previously known as the Redskins, why is Eric Bieniemy not the head coach of the Commanders yet?
I
don't
don't
know.
What the hell are they doing?
know. Yeah, didn't
That
he
seems like
take that job? Didn't he leave the Chiefs to
to
kind
kind
of
of be
prove
like the
himself?
next guy.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't if he
that's a
doesn't get that job, I don't know what he does.
that's a
Like what
really
more do
good
you have to
question.
do?
It's a really good question.
I heard the
I think
Eagles though are showing interest in him.
No, please don't.
To be an
OC.
to be an OC, to be an OC.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay,
That's
okay.
what I'm
I was
saying.
like,
Yeah.
I don't want that. I don't want the
He
Eagles
can-
to be good. I
he
want them
can
to
come to the-
fail.
you can come to the Titans. We need an OC.
That's true. I want him to be a head coach. He needs to be a head coach.
Yeah.
Like even
I
if he
mean,
sucks, like give him a shot.
Yeah, I see what you mean. And I mean, there was a couple times this year that Sam Howell led the league in passing yards.
Yeah, I mean that offense, like I mean, yeah, Sam Howell, I don't know if he's the answer, but there was a while where we were like, hey, this guy might be kind of good. I mean, he sucked down the stretch, so maybe that's why he hasn't have the job yet. But
Yeah,
there was
I
a while when we
wonder.
were talking about Sam Howell being like, hey, possibly the guy. And
Could
maybe
could
I mean, they might just ship him out on like BNB might ship Howell out if he gets the job and get his own guy.
which is fair.
I mean, I also don't think Howell's the guy. I don't think he's very good. So
Yeah, he
I mean,
he's all right, I guess.
I don't think he's a franchise quarterback. I think he could be a backup in the league for a very long time, but I don't see him as a franchise quarterback.
I agree.
as a do you think that the enemy has this kind of like Josh McDaniels vibe? Like, he was with the Chiefs for a while as the OC, won a couple Super Bowls. Like he didn't really get a shot as a head coach, but I don't know. Do you think that teams are afraid of a Josh McDaniels sort of situation?
Possibly. I don't want to say he is like Josh McDaniels because we haven't seen what he can do as a coach yet. I mean,
Yeah.
if he takes over the Commanders and they're still a dumpster fire in 3 or 4 years, then yeah, that's definitely a spot on comparison.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not like comparing the two because one hasn't been a head coach, but I think teams might be wary of hiring him as a head coach because of that situation. Like, they're afraid of the fraudulent likeness of it, I guess.
I get that, but also like what else are you supposed to do then to
Yeah,
get a head coaching job? Like I get,
I
yeah, you had Mahomes, but you could say the same thing. What's the Texans OC's name? I forget his name, but you'd be like, well, you had the offensive rookie of the year, so who knows if you're really that good? Like I know
Yeah,
it's a different scenario, obviously, because we're comparing Mahomes to CJ Stroud, but
yeah.
like the guys won 2 Super Bowls as an OC. Like, what more do you really need to do to get a head coaching job?
yeah.
I don't know.
I think that's the caveat. It's like you had Mahomes, and you were obviously fantastic, and now you don't, and you were all right. He was all right this past year. I mean, I think he had a lot of firepower at receiver, and Sam Howell is mid. So I think he was able to do fine.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. I think he showed promise. I think that offense showed promise. I think they played better than they should have, if I'm being honest. But
Yes, for sure.
I think it's kind of crazy how he hasn't been named coach yet.
It is a little bit crazy.
I think he should be the front runner for that, commander's job. But I would like once you brought it up, I didn't really think about that until you brought it up, and I was like,
Yeah.
Gears were turning in my head, and that's where the McDaniels like kind of connection kind of happened. It was like, McDaniels had Brady, Bellamy had Mahomes. It's like, I don't know.
McDaniel's got 2 chances though
Yeah, he did. Well,
to be the guy because
yeah.
he was the Broncos head coach with Tebow.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
and
right.
that was terrible. And
I was thinking about when Josh McDaniels was hired as the Indianapolis Colts head coach, and then was
he
like,
pussed out.
Nah.
You want to talk about somebody who's never getting a head coaching job again? No one's touching that guy.
But that year he got another Super Bowl with Tom Brady, and it's like,
I know, but no, he's never getting a head coach. Like between the Broncos failure, the Colts, whatever you want to call that, and then just the whatever, like the Las Vegas
dumpster
Raiders
fire
joke.
Yeah.
And then Antonio Pierce comes in, and the team actually was happy. They were smoking cigars in the locker room. There's no team will touch him for a head coaching job ever again.
That video, I think there's like a video out there of like a comparison between the locker rooms of like after a Raiders win with McDaniels and after a win with Antonio Pierce. And they are just 2 different sides of like, it's just
they were
polar opposites. It's crazy. Guys were like, yeah, they needed that man. I'm glad Mark Davis wasn't an idiot and didn't let him go.
Yeah, I'm very happy Antonio Pierce is the head coach. That makes me happy. I'm going to be betting on the Raiders a lot next season.
Yeah, probably. That's probably going to bite us in the ass, but
Yeah, probably, but
we're going to do it though.
Yep. Cool. I think that's going to be it, right?
That's all I got, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. We're going to wrap it up. That's the games. A little football talk, post games. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Please check out the Trend Center app using the link in our bio. Get a free 2-week free trial. The normal trial is 3 days. Great tool for betting. Hopefully they add more college basketball trends here coming in the next few weeks. It's going to be coming down to the wire after that. Yeah, I think that's it. I feel like I'm missing something. I don't know. Thank you.
I don't think so.
Like, comment, subscribe. Interacting with this in any way really, really helps us out. We really appreciate it. Yeah. Okay. We'll see you next week. But we will get the Super Bowl matchup.
We won't have.
It's almost here.
I don't know if we'll have like picks and stuff. I don't know what we're gonna do next week because.
Yeah, because there's a week off.
There's a week off.
We'll talk about it.
We'll figure it out. We're fine.
We'll discuss.
They'll have the lines out. They'll move a shit ton, but we can talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
Okay. Thank you so much. There's 3 of us. Now let's make some money.